Hi, I'm Frans. So, in today's video, I'll give you top 10 racing games for Low Spec PC Part 1. Racing is one of the most popular genres in video games, especially PC video games. Of course, I won't recommend you racing games like Forza Horizon, Need for Speed Heat, Grid Reboot, Project Cars 3, and so on. You already know, all of them need a decent rig. Okay, let's roll. Number 10, we have Ridge Racer Unbounded. Ridge Racer Unbounded is a racing video game developed by Bugbear Entertainment and published by Namco Bandai Games. This is the first Ridge Racer game with destructible cars and destroyable scenery, which is similar to Burnout and Split Second. The game takes place in the city known as Shatter Bay. Single-player mode offers the player to join the Unbounded gang and start out low-ranked and compete to dominate all of the districts to raise in rank. There are 5 modes: Domination Race, Shindo Racing, Frag Attack, Drift Attack, and Time Attack. Players can now create cities, which is similar to track creators in racing games. This game needs at least a dual-core processor with 2.6 GHz, 2 GB memory, 3 GB hard disk space, and NVIDIA GeForce 8800 GT or higher. Number 9, we have Insane 2. Insane 2 is a racing and off-road game developed by Targem Games and published by Game Factory Interactive. Insane 2 offers a number of innovations in the off-road racing genre. Besides the traditional time trial mode, the game features 9 other game modes, including the popular Capture the Flag, Gate Hunt, and Pathfinder, as well as some new competitions, such as bonus hunting, territory control, and helicopter pursuit. The game has an enormous variety of long-distance tracks, sand and snowy deserts, high-speed roads and impassable cross-country paths, African beaches and deserted Antarctic stations. This game only needs Intel Core 2 Duo processor or AMD Athlon 64X2, 1 GB memory, 1.2 GB hard disk space, NVIDIA GeForce 7900 GTX or ATI Radeon X1 900 XT or higher. Number 8, we have Crash Time 3. Crash Time 3 is a racing video game developed by Cinetic Games and published by RTL Playtainment. The story is about Semir Gurkan and Ben Jagger, who are assigned to infiltrate terrorist activity in the city and the Autobahn. The vehicles are fictitious but resemble some famous cars. The game consists of more than 70 missions, an area of 32 square kilometers with more than 200 kilometers of city streets, based on Berlin and Autobahn. Crash Time 3 is the best Crash Time game in its series and it's available on Steam with a cheap price. This game only needs Intel Pentium 4 processor or AMD Athlon 64-3200, 1 GB memory, 4.2 GB hard disk space, DirectX 9.0C compatible 256 MB graphic card. You should try this game. Number 7, we have WRC4. WRC4 FIA World Rally Championship is the official racing video game of the 2013 World Rally Championship season. It was developed by Milestone. You'll compete in the 2013 season with the drivers, cars and courses of the WRC, WRC2, WRC3 and Junior WRC. The game is brought with an improved graphics engine and unprecedented realism that lets you develop new driving styles on surfaces that are more lifelike than ever. The game had mixed reviews. Generally, the career mode is a lot of fun and the tracks are varied. On the other hand, the game lacks challenge, has an overabundance of loading times and lacks graphic configuration options. This game needs at least a 2.4 GHz Intel processor or similar, 1 GB memory, NVIDIA GeForce 8800 GT or above, 4.1 GB hard disk space, etc. Number 6, we have Horizon Chase Turbo. Horizon Chase Turbo is a racing game inspired by the great hits of the 80s and 90s, Outrun, Lotus Turbo Challenge, Top Gear, SNES, Rush, among others. Developed by Acquirees and released in 2018. Horizon Chase Turbo brings back the graphics context of the 16-bit generation and creates a style that is inspired in the past without letting go of its contemporaneity. Horizon Chase Turbo is a race around the world. You'll pilot your car through extraordinary places, watching the sun setting, facing rain, snow, volcanic ashes and even severe sandstorms. Definitely, this game doesn't need a good rig. You only need a PC with Intel Core 2 Duo, 2GB memory, Intel HD graphics 4000 or better, and 800MB hard disk space. You'll feel the retro soul on this game. Number 5, we have Driver San Francisco. Driver San Francisco is an action-adventure racing video game developed by Ubisoft and released in 2011. The game sees players traversing a fictional version of San Francisco and the Bay Area conducting missions through the use of licensed real-world cars, with the ability to shift into any car. The game's main story sees players controlling John Tanner, a police detective, who falls into a coma pursuing his nemesis Charles Jericho following a prison breakout after the events of Driver 3, Driv 3R, and finds himself piecing together his plan in a dream world while it is happening in real life. This game needs Intel Pentium D processor or AMD Athlon 64X2 4400 or better, 2GB memory, Intel HD 3000 with 256MB video memory and 10GB hard disk space. Number 4, we have Need for Speed Shift. Need for Speed Shift is an award-winning authentic racing game that combines the true driver's experience with real-world physics, pixel-perfect car models, and a wide range of authentic race tracks. Need for Speed Shift takes players in a different direction to create a simulation experience that replicates the true feeling of driving high-end performance cars. Need for Speed Shift features an accurate, accessible physics-based driving model that allows you to feel every impact, every change of track surface and every last bit of grip as you push yourself to the edge. This game needs at least 1.66 GHz Intel Core 2 processor or faster, 1.5 GB memory, 256MB video card, and 6GB hard disk space. Number 3, we have Race Driver Grid. Race Driver Grid is a 2008 racing video game developed and published by Codemasters. The player runs their own race team, acting as the primary driver. As players progress, they gain sponsors and can hire a teammate to drive alongside them in certain events. Grid features several modes of competition using various cars. 3 main regions are found in the game: United States, Europe, and Japan, each with its own championship. Grid also features several types of events to compete in, including GT Championships, Drifting, Touge, Open Wheel Racing, and Demolition Derby, as well as variants on several of these motorsports. This game needs Intel Core 2 Duo processor or AMD Athlon X2, 2GB memory, Intel HD 3000 or AMD HD 2000 series and 15GB hard disk space. Number 2, we have Dirt 3. Dirt 3 is a simcade racing video game developed and published by Codemasters. Dirt 3 brings many new features. A new Gymkhana mode puts players in obstacle courses, challenging them to perform various tricks to earn points. Featured in the game are various party modes, involving events such as smashing wooden targets, invasion, spreading a zombie infection, outbreak, and capture the flag-like game mode, Transporter. Other new features include a hardcore mode which limits players to the cockpit view, known as headcam, with no driver assists, the appearance of rain and snow, and the ability to upload replay clips directly to YouTube. This game needs AMD Athlon 64X2 2.8 GHz or Intel Pentium D, 2 GB memory, NVIDIA GeForce 8000 series or better and 15 GB hard disk space. At the top of the list, we have Blur. Blur is a 2010 arcade-style racing video game developed by Bizarre Creations and published by Activision. The game features a racing style that incorporates real-world cars and locales with arcade-style handling and vehicular combat. Blur was the penultimate game developed by Bizarre Creations before they were shut down by Activision on the 18th of February 2011. The player will encounter numerous characters and many licensed cars, all of which have full damage modeling and separate traits such as acceleration, speed, drift, grip and stability. The car can be installed with power-ups that can increase the chance of winning the race. This game needs Intel Pentium D dual-core or AMD Athlon, 2 GB memory for Windows 7, GeForce 6600 GT or higher with 256 MB video memory and 14 GB hard disk space. Maybe that's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and even share. Thanks for watching and see you on the next video.